Hi, everyone. And this is Crowded Tea, and I am on the EarthSMP, and we are still running around Spawn. Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff here. Halloween is coming, and look at what they did. We got some NPCs that are floating around Spawn, and you can click on them and claim a treat. They have wonderful, wonderful little treats here, so you can run around Spawn and go trick-or-treating. Look for these guys. There's 13 of them. They are giving out, let's see, let's see if I can remember what they are. There's gems, money, orange shulker boxes, a free Lux bundle, nether stars, 3 items. They're giving out special weapons. They don't have a lot of custom enchants or anything. To me, it looks like a retextured normal sword. The sword does +8 damage, and I think there's a couple of other sword, dagger. Anyway, there's 3 bat weapons that you can get. They're not super exciting, but they look really cute. And so I think overall for trick-or-treating, they are pretty decent little gifts. It's not like you're getting a stack of potatoes or anything. You're getting some decent stuff for free. So go around and go trick-or-treating. They are on all of the game modes: one block, Earth, Lifesteal, and Prison. I almost wanted to say Grow a Farm. Grow a Farm does not have them. All right. So what I wanted to do today is we have a lot of people that ask, how do I make money as a new player? Okay, select a job. This is one of the ways that as a new player, you can level up and get some money. We're going to click on this guy really quick. As you can see, if you are a free-to-play player, you get 1 job. If you are a paladin, you get 2 jobs at the same time. And if you are a demi, you get 3 jobs at the same time. I have set all of my jobs from when I was a demi, and I am not a demi right now. So what will happen is if I delete any of my jobs, I'm not going to be able to go back into it. So we're just going to have to kind of like walk through it, and please just bear with me. Okay, so the best job out of all of these is the digger job. And you get the digger job, and then you get yourself a shovel, and you go and you dig these blocks. Now, if you look at the prices, we have the most expensive one is gravel. You will make the most money off of gravel. The problem with gravel is that finding it in excessively large patches, that gets a little tricky. The next one down is soul sand and soul soil. So you get 75 cents per block right there. And so that is what we are going to do. I am going to pop over to Zeneva. Hopefully I end up in a soul sand biome. Let's get some fly on. Give me some soul sand. We are in a basalt delta. I spawned on top of a nether fortress, which was probably pillaged. I see some cobblestone in there. Not good. Where can I go? Now, it is a little bit tricky if you do not spawn where you want to spawn, and I have fly, which is very nice in this aspect. Just so you are aware, I don't know what I was thinking. I do still consider myself a free-to-play player. However, I do a lot of building. And so primarily that's what my fly is used for, and then stuff like this when I'm searching around. This is one of the places where fly definitely comes in handy. Now, the other option that you can do if you do not find a soul sand valley is I could always teleport back to spawn and then teleport again to the nether. Although one of the issues with that is if you do not have rank, you have a 5-minute cooldown. So once I teleport back, I have to wait 5 minutes before I can teleport myself back to the nether again, or anywhere for that matter. We're finally here. Okay, so I have my digger job, and as you saw, it said it was 75 cents for soul sand. Now, I have currently leveled up my digger job. It's not the greatest level, but it is higher than 1. As your levels go up, your price per block goes up, your XP goes up. So let me just mine 1. Okay, so see that? Maybe that was 2. Okay, $62. And I got 1.47 XP. Keep in mind that that is XP points, not XP levels. So I am a level 31 digger. And it works a lot like your XP levels. The higher your level, the more you have to dig to get to the next level. And the higher your level, the more I am going to get per block, and the more experience I am going to get. Now, don't think you need a super duper fancy shovel. Check out my shovel. Okay. I am going to show you. It's a champion shovel, guys. I didn't even upgrade. I think I might have thrown mending on it. I think it might have came with mending. I don't remember. I have thrown reforged on it so that it does not break as easy. And watch that bar as I am digging. I have also thrown telepathy on it, which is bad in this instance because I really don't want an inventory full of soul sand, but it comes in handy for when I'm mining things like sand or some other dirt product, maybe dirt, because I got to do a lot of terraforming where I live. Okay, so just doing this, I'm going to end up with an inventory full of sand. But look at how fast this thing cuts through here. Okay, so when a lot of people are like, oh, you got a champion shovel. I mean, really? I'm pretty much, for the most part, happy with my champion shovel. I can't really complain about this. And one of the other issues that I run into is when my efficiency gets too high, like, here's a good example. There's that pickaxe that I use all the time. It has an efficiency 7. When my efficiency is too high and my internet's not the greatest, it tends to lag out, and I got to knock my tools down a smidge. So when that doesn't work, I have to use this one. So I can't always use maxed out tools. Just part of it has to do with my internet connection and the server and the lag. And what good is it if I upgrade it and it doesn't work? So I hear that complaint from so many players that I'm not too worried about upgrading it, to be honest with you. Okay, what do I have? I have some soul sand. I have some soul soil. Okay, so you guys saw how I was making money right here. Chugga, chugga, chugga. Look at that. Takes me just a matter of seconds to get $1,000. And if I'm a new player, this is a lot of money for me. This is a great way to get me started. Now, of course, you probably don't have fly as a new player, and that's okay. You can teleport out and teleport back. You do have to wait for the cooldown. Or you could just probably send a little message in chat and say, hey, who's near a soul sand valley? Can I TP to you? Because believe me, there is plenty of sand to go around. Okay? So if somebody's asking to be TP to a soul valley and you are here, please accept them. Now, the other thing you can do, and we have not covered it, is I can go over here into my globe. Wait. Okay, so you see how I have all this soul sand and soul soil here, right? I can go over here into my globe. I can go to economy. I can go to sell items. Back to the block shop. Okay, We're going to take a look at our blocks here. This is the list of items that I could sell to the shop and what they go for. If you look right here, the shop will buy soul sand for 2.2. So I really don't want this soul sand in my inventory. What in the heck am I going to do with it? Because everybody and their brother probably has soul sand because they do the digger job at one point or another. I can jack this up. My entire inventory. We're going to sell all the soul sand I have in my inventory. We're going to submit it. I just made $650. And as you see, it left me my soul soil. Now, the bad thing with that soul soil is sell items, blocks. The bad thing with that soul soil is that it is not on the list. We only have the soul sand. So I am stuck with all this soul soil that, quite frankly, I do not want. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye. Okay, let me go tell you a couple of other things about some of the other jobs. Okay, guys, so here I am back at my place at City Warp Tea Time. Let's double check those jobs again. I want to show you a little something. I'm going to go back into economy and back into manage my jobs. As you could see, when I was a demi, I set 3 jobs: woodcutter, digger, and hunter. If I turn one off, I cannot turn it back on because currently, if you look in my upper left-hand corner, I have no rank. Okay, so I have my woodcutter job, and that is great for when I am chopping trees down. If you are a free-to-play player like I am right now, and you are limited to the one job, you have to leave your job and then turn around and pick up another job. And don't worry, it does keep your levels. But this is the kind of things that will happen. So if I'm in my woodcutter job and I want to cut something, there we go. I'm getting $8.29 for that woodcutter job. Now, I do have, and the reason I had those as single blocks is because I do have timber on my axe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, timber, kick in. It usually kicks in pretty good and quick. Why aren't you kicking in and taking this whole thing down? Okay, so I can make the money from the wood log, but I cannot make the money from my timber. It only counts the logs that I cut. The other thing when it comes to your jobs is you got to be careful about certain tools. So if we look here, we have my harvester hoe. The harvester hoe will automatically replant and harvest a 3x3 area. If I'm in my farmer job, I don't want to be using my harvester hoe. If I'm in my woodcutter job, I do not want to be using my trench axe. So let's take a look at what happens when I try to use my trench axe on this. Here's a little 3x3 of wood. Oh yeah, we're glitched. It don't like to mine and fly. Nothing. Nothing kicked in for my job. So if you are doing like your woodcutter job like I am right now, you are not making any money and you are not making any experience by using the trench axe. Now, if you are using the harvester hoe, you will be making money for selling whatever it is you are harvesting. You're not making money from your farmer job by harvesting your crops, and you're not getting the XP from the job. The money that you are getting is coming from the harvester hoe harvesting and selling those crops. It is not coming from your job. So if you want money and XP from your jobs, do not use the trench axe or the harvester hoe when you are in those jobs. However, if you want to just harvest for the sake of harvesting, you could do that too. Now, a couple of other things to note. We are going to go back over here that I want to tell you about is the fishing job. We're going to go into manage jobs. I do not have my fisherman job on, just so you are aware, but we're going to take a look. This is all you get money for. If you are doing your fisherman job and you are fishing, you will be paid for catching cod, salmon, tropical fish, and puffer fish. All the other stuff that you catch fishing, you are not going to get money for, and you are not going to get XP for, at least not from the job aspect, okay? So you're going to get it for catching fish because you are a fisherman. So if you catch the bowls, the leather, the books, what else comes out? The broken fishing rods, the broken bows. I don't remember what all we get from fishing. You get a butt ton of stuff. You are only going to be paid for your fish because that's the only thing that goes with the job. I could also take those fish that I have now caught. I can go to an economy and I can go to sell items, and would it be under mob drops maybe? It would be. There's your cod. So you can sell your cod back to the server. You can sell your salmon back to the server. Now, mind you, you don't get a whole lot of money for it, but that's okay. Something is better than nothing. So, alrighty, that's a little bit about jobs. I hope that kind of makes sense. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment. It does help me out a ton. If you want to see me, go ahead and go over to Twitch. My name is Echoes Voice 16 on Twitch when I do some live streams on Earth, when I'm messing around with my kids or the or my co-ops. And have a wonderful day. I hope you learned something. Bye.